What's up, everybody? This is Roberto Lorenzo Ferguson. I am excited to be here today. I don't mean to yell. I am excited. And today I'm going to share with you two very important things that can help you in not only losing weight, but keeping the weight off. Not only improving your health, but experiencing health, better health that is sustainable, meaning you don't find yourself gaining the weight back or your health declining after you work so hard to make your health better. So I have one fact I want to share with you, and then I want to move into a story that I've shared in my past, and I'm going to share it today because in my past, I've seen it help people. So let's get Robert set up and boom. I like that. I like it. And anyway, how's everybody doing? Are you guys doing good? How's your weight loss coming along? See, one of the things that I wanted to bring up before I share with you this cool story, I want to just take a moment and share with you something that I believe to be true. And that is, why is it that some people can begin the process of losing weight and stay the course and lose the weight and then never gain the weight back? And other people, you will watch them lose weight and then you'll see them gain the weight back. And the longer you've lived on this earth, you get to a point where you go, did she lose weight? Did he lose weight? They look better. Let me just sit back and watch for a while, see if they can keep the weight off. Now, with social media, you can see the same people losing the same 10, 15, 20 pounds every year. Most of the time, that's because they're selling some type of supplement that's around weight loss. So they'll do their big promotion where I'm down 10 pounds. And if you've been paying attention, they did that 6 months ago. And if you're really paying attention, they did that a year ago, 2 years ago, and they just keep doing it. And a lot of people will go on there, even though they've seen them lose this 10 pounds before, and they'll congratulate them and get all caught up. And what are you doing? Tell me more. Well, I'm going to share with you what we know to be true. And that is, actually, you know what? Let me give you an example. I'm going to ask you the question. Okay. And before I go too far, if you want a free consultation, anything that I bring up, just schedule it. Just schedule it. And for those who are catching me live or you catch the replay, I'm doing a coach training tonight and a partner training. And we're going to talk about prebiotics, probiotics, postbiotics. We're going to talk about gut health. And I'm going to bring clarity to it. I actually wrote an article that I'm going to share with you guys. And a product that I'm kind of impressed. It's a good product, and it's not expensive. The price is right. So I'll be sharing that in this training as we talk about gut health. Now, what I want to set things up as far as my live and what I'm sharing right now is I want to ask you a question. Okay, so I want you to look at a company called Weight Watchers. Now, since the time I was born, Weight Watchers was around. My mom did Weight Watchers. I've seen many people do Weight Watchers. I've studied Weight Watchers. I was a big fan of Gene Nidich, who is a founder of Weight Watchers. I have one of the original books of Weight Watchers. So I'm a fan of Weight Watchers for a whole bunch of reasons. Now, obviously, I have my own methodology that I help people lose weight and keep the weight off that I know is better than Weight Watchers, but I'm still a fan of Weight Watchers. And I've watched Weight Watchers change over the years. But in my time with Weight Watchers, I have met people who have lost 40 pounds, 100 pounds, 200 pounds doing Weight Watchers, and they've kept the weight off. And I've asked a couple of them that I got to know pretty well who were lifetimers with Weight Watchers. They mean they lost the weight and they kept it off for well over 30 years. That's impressive. And so I'm bringing that up because to help you understand how to lose weight, and keep it off, or how to improve health and sustain it and not find yourself just falling for just anything. With these Weight Watchers people, I asked this one lady who had been a Weight Watchers like success for like 34 years. And I asked her, I said, would you say that it's the methodology of Weight Watchers that has helped you keep the weight off for 34 years? Or would you say that it's the going to the meetings, the built-in accountability of checking your weight every week? If you had to pick one or the other on what would be helping you be sustain your success, would it be the way of eating, and then you could remove the meetings? Or would it be the weekly check-ins? If you had to choose, anyone who's catching me live, okay, I want to know, what do you think? What would you give the success to if you had to pick one or the other? Because, we could all argue and say that they're it's like both of them are important. They have a methodology. So whether it's following the points, whatever it was over the years, flex, all the different things that they've done, which they basically given up, Weight Watchers, but that's another conversation. But would the success be that they went to meetings every week? Or would the success be they followed the methodology, counted the points, did what Weight Watchers is all about? What would you say is the reason for why people are successful? I mean, somebody's got to catch me on this live. I mean, this is an impromptu live, and I was motivated by one of my clients, Patricia. So I was like, Patricia, I'm going to share this because she's been a client and working with me for about 3 years now, almost 3 years. And some people say, well, why are you still with him 3 years? We'll get to that. So why is it? Well, here's what I believe. I believe that people who are 30-something years, lifetime success stories with Weight Watchers, if it came down to picking either the way of eating for all the credit, or we're going to give the credit to the weekly check-ins, I'm going to say the weekly check-ins. Now, if you go to a meeting every week and you had to do your weight every week and you had to look at it every week and you're around people talking, you're learning some things every week, yep, you're going to be successful. It's the same as if someone says, I'm going to get sober. I'm going to quit drinking alcohol and I'm going to go to these meetings. And the people who go to those meetings, by far, they're much more successful than the people who are stubborn and feel they could do it on their own. See, what I'm getting to here, you guys, is what I know to be true. And I've said this for years. When it comes to losing weight, there is nothing better than having a coach. Now, it's nice if you have the right methodology, but if you have a coach, you have the check-ins, you have the accountability, it's all built in. It's a wise, smart thing to do. Take out the coach, and what's going to happen? I could start calling my past clients right now. I can get them on the phone right now. Haven't talked to them in a year. Haven't coached them in 4 years. Do you think they've kept the weight off? I would say most do not. And we actually have studies where we've done studies in the past with clients, and we saw that about 40% of the people that we worked with after more than a year, actually it was 5 years, had kept their weight off. Now, I stayed in touch with a lot of these people, so maybe that was helping. But if you look at national average, it's less than 10%. Remove the accountability and you reduce your chances of success. There's a company who recently did a study, and in their study, they unveiled that if you have a coach, someone that you report to on a regular basis, you are 9 times more likely to be success when you have a coach compared to not having a coach. Wow. 9 times? So my thought has always been, well, if you can make it affordable, which is relative, right? Because I have clients that pay me $1,200 a month. I have some clients that pay me $400 a month. I even have a special discounted VIP program where people pay as low as $50 a month to have me as their coach. And it's the same as if they were paying $400 or $1,200 a month. And the people who pay $400 a month, even if the finances are tight on them, they are way less likely to stop the coaching compared to someone who pays $50 a month. So there's a mentality around all of this. But the people who have built-in accountability, I don't care if you're doing keto. If you have a keto coach, someone you can vent to, you can talk to, you can express to, you can share your frustrations about, you're way more likely to be successful having that coach than to do it on your own. I will bet you big money there are people right now that I've coached who are watching me live as I record this or catching a replay. They have gained their weight back. And sometimes they don't have the humility to call me and say, hey, I want to get back on track. Now, I don't know, you're getting into psychology. And we would have to look at each and every person on why they get to that place, why they think the way they think. I don't know why they think the way they think. I don't know why people get in their own way. I don't get that. Because maybe it's because I know the value of having a coach. And I know the value of having the right information and being clear and being informed. So Weight Watchers, I always have believed that the main thing that made them successful was the check-ins. You got to check in. You got to have a get real moment every week. Step on that scale. I have clients right now that I've been coaching for over 20 years. Are they wise? Or would you say that that's too much? Well, they haven't gained their weight back. And you probably have. So what's wise? Plus, I take value in the fact that if I'm coaching you, you're going to learn something all the time. I'm going to encourage you when you see things on TV or you have supplements or you're taking medications. Let me help you look at it. Let me be your second set of eyes. It's interesting. And when you really look at weight gain, weight loss, all of that, you can see clear. Every year, we are worse off. That means people are gaining weight every year. And so many people just quit. They just give up on themselves. Like, it's mind-blowing. If you're my client, right? Or let's say I work with you in the past. Email me every once in a while. Send me a text and say, hey, Robert, I'm checking in. Just want to let you know I'm doing great. Have not gained 1 pound back. I don't get those kind of messages. Because most of the time when people stop getting coached, they give up that accountability. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. If you don't want to be that kind of person like Patricia, let me coach you. And if it's not me, let me connect you with the coach. Okay. So now I'm going to share with you guys a really cool story. And this is a story that many of you are somewhat familiar with. It has to do with the Wizard of Oz. Remember that movie? The Wizard of Oz. Now, if you don't remember or you don't know much about it, let me kind of paraphrase or kind of give you a summation of what it's about. In the beginning of The Wizard of Oz, you have this young lady named Dorothy who lives on a farm. And all she's doing in the beginning of the movie is complaining how she wants to leave the farm. She wants to do something else. She wants to get out and see things. Complain. And then the storm comes, a big old tornado, and she hits her head. She's in her room because she was looking for a dog and all this craziness going on. And next thing you know, the house gets pulled up into this tornado. And eventually it crashes in Munchkin Land. And when it crashes, it kills this witch. The house lands on a witch. I believe it was the Wicked Witch of the West. Could be the East. Sometimes I get them mixed up. So let's just say West for now. or the wicked witch. It kills the wicked witch. And she comes out of the house, and all these munchkins come out, very short people, and they see that the witch is dead, and they start to celebrate. And she's just blown away, and like, well, all I know is I want to go home. So remember, all she did in the beginning was complain about going home. Once she's away from home, all she does is complain about how much she wants to get home. She wants to get home. That's all she can think about. And they're celebrating because this mean witch, you know, is like there. And she's gone now. And they have a new freedom. And as things start to come, the good witch shows up. And she's beautiful and she's nice. And all Dorothy can say and think about was, how do I get home? And the good witch says, follow this road. It's called the Yellow Brick Road. And it was really tiny. And if you watch the movie, you'll love I love how they did it. And I've watched it many, many, many times. Because at first the camera, when she starts walking on the Yellow Brick Road, it goes in really tight and she's taking these little bitty steps. Then the little bitty steps turn into bigger steps. Next thing you know, a stride. Then she's kind of skipping her way on the Yellow Brick Road. And her and Dorothy, or her and her dog, Toto, they're going to the land of Oz because they all tell her, if you follow the Yellow Brick Road, if anyone can help you get home, it's the Wizard of Oz. So she gets on the Yellow Brick Road and she starts going. And then eventually she comes to her first stop where she could turn left, she could turn right, she could go backward, or she can keep going forward. They gave her no instructions. They just said, follow the Yellow Brick Road. And so as she's sitting there contemplating, thinking, which way do I go? She hears a voice, and it's the Scarecrow. And the Scarecrow, he is complaining about the fact that he doesn't have a brain. Guy can't think. And Dorothy has this idea. She goes, look, I could sit here and talk to you all day. Or you can go with me, because if the Wizard of Oz could help me, he could probably help you. So they take off and they go together. Then they come up and they meet the Tin Man. The Tin Man doesn't have a heart and he wants a heart. So, well, hell, if the Wizard of Oz is going to help Dorothy get home, going to give the Scarecrow a brain, maybe he can give you a heart. So then they start going on the Yellow Brick Road. And then they come up and meet the lion. And the lion is crying and it has no courage and wants courage. So they're like, well, hey, if the Wizard of Oz can help Dorothy, if the Wizard of Oz can help the Scarecrow and give him a brain, if the Wizard of Oz can give the Tin Man a heart, he can definitely give you courage. So they finally make it to the land of Oz, and they get instructions that if you really want all the things that you guys say you want, the wizard says you must bring back the other witch. I think it's the Wicked Witch of the East. That means you got to bring her back. Basically, they're saying you got to go kill her and bring her back or show proof. So they go out and they have to deal with these monkeys. They have to go through all these obstacles, but they get the job done and they come back knowing they're about to get exactly what they've been wanting. And they find out what? They find out that the wizard is not who he said he was. And they're sad. And then Dorothy has this moment where she looks at the Scarecrow and she goes, hey, don't be upset. You have a brain. Because if it wasn't for your thinking, we would have never made it to where we made it. We would have never been successful at getting rid of that witch. And the Tin Man, you've always displayed heart and affection and sympathy and compassion. And Dorothy then goes to the lion. You saved us. You demonstrated major courage. You guys already have what you've been looking for. But I want to go home. And if the wizard can't help me, then I'm stuck here. And then out of nowhere, the good witch shows back up and says, Dorothy, You could have always gone home. And Dorothy's like, what do you mean I could have always gone home? Well, all you have to do is believe, Dorothy, and click your heels 3 times, and you will be back home. So she gives everybody a hug. She closes her eyes. She makes it clear how much she believes. She clicks her heels 3 times, and she goes back home. Now, home for you may be losing a certain amount of weight. Home for you may be getting off blood pressure medication. Home for you may be to have better quality of life, reduce inflammation in your body. Everyone has that home that they want to get to. And we all have a yellow brick road awaiting us. And we can all get back home. The challenge is staying the course, which is staying on the yellow brick road. Now, it helps to have the right methodology. It helps if you can stay the course and stay motivated. And that goes back to what I shared in the very beginning, the importance of accountability. If you don't have accountability in place, it's going to be very tough. And this is one of the challenges many people face. Now, the wealthy and a lot of people who do extremely well in business, they all just happen to have a business coach, a financial coach, because they know it helps. People who sing for a living, they are amazing. Celine Dion, the late, great Michael Jackson. The list goes on and on. They just all happen to have a voice coach. Professional basketball players have a coach. Hockey players have a coach. People wanting to lose weight, I know I'm helping a lot of people. They have a coach. I have a coach because I know the importance and the value of accountability. And I want to stay on my yellow brick road, and I hope you can stay on yours. And I know some of you have been overweight for so many years. The thought of it, losing weight, it's there, but you don't really believe. You're like Dorothy. At one point, she didn't believe, but then she did. And then she brought it all home. That's all I wanted to say today. I do have like I said, I have a little training we're going to do tonight. You guys are invited, depending on where you're catching this. You can email me if you want to listen in. We're going to talk about gut health. It was primarily for my coaches. We have certified coaches. And then I have partners with this product that we're making available to the masses because it's helping people. So it's a network marketing company that I partner with, and they have a product that has the highest level of efficacy that I've ever seen. If you don't know what efficacy means, then look that up. If you do know what it means, then you know that's a big statement. And so these people are my partners because I'm helping them help people. And as a result, everybody's making a little extra money. Makes sense to me. So we're going to do a little thing on gut health and talk about prebiotics and all that stuff. And you guys are welcome to come. So if you email me, if you don't see the link, and if you do see the link and you have any problems, just email me. My email is robert@dietfreelife.com. And then I'll make sure you get the proper link. Okay. So other than that, this was fun. I will share, I'll probably share in our Diet Free Life group. We have a group on Facebook. I'll share more there. But remember, we can all get home. We all have a yellow brick road. We can all get there. And the cool part, as she did with the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Lion, as you're getting home to whatever that means to you, she was able to help other people get home. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful movie. Both The Wizard of Oz and The Wiz. They both teach the exact same thing. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, have a great evening. Thank you for letting me share a philosophy. And then we'll be back tomorrow. Okay. So until the next one, share the good news over the diet blues. And remember, I share because I care. Next time.